How to use that shit, bro.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Move that back up there.
Right?
Should be better. Oh my god, what did you do?
No, I just
I
pressed
heard
the
noises.
button. Yeah, no, that's it. Calm down, bro. It's fucking Agent Orange.
It's something.
Yeah, man, so...
I got plenty of shit I've never been diagnosed with, so.
Saving that for later. Surprise,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Here's another claim.
Yeah, so... So what do you say to you not knowing who Bill Belichick was?
How the fuck do you not know who Bill Belichick is? He just went off on this rant. Like,
Yeah, he fucking lost his shit, right?
He was close to it. He kept it together. It was like he couldn't fathom that somebody had never heard of Bill Belichick. I have no idea who the fuck that is. The guy sitting across from him was like, yeah, he doesn't follow football. I don't follow any sport, much less football. Go ahead, name like the best team in hockey. Never heard of them.
Oh, it's debatable because hockey's been going on for so long.
Best baseball player in the history of baseball.
Jackie Robinson.
Was he the best? Because the only thing I think he's known for is he's the first black man to play MLB.
Well, actually, I would say statistically it'd be close there between Yogi Berra and Ted Williams.
Never heard of either of those chicks.
They're not chicks. But the thing is that those sports have been going on for so long.
Right. Yeah, there's hundreds of years of players.
It's hundreds of years of players, and the eras are different.
Yeah.
The amount of teams that they competed against was different. The amount of games that they played per season was different. Mm-hmm. Just like you look at an NBA guy like Bill Russell, for instance. I was just talking about him before we started recording.
Who the fuck is Bill Russell?
Bill Russell was a starting center for the Boston Celtics for a very, very long time. He played from 56 to 69. He won 11 NBA titles throughout his career. But you gotta put into perspective also his skill compared to the skill level of those around him, the era that they played, and the proliferation of the sport altogether. Because, as you know, the Olympics and sports, they permeate through the years. They spread out in knowledge. And as years go by and that sport maintains its viability, it spreads throughout the world. That's why some of the best players on the planet right now are from Europe. That all started because of the Olympics in 1992 with the Dream Team after they removed the clause of having semi-professional athletes or amateur athletes in the Olympics because the Russians were fielding professional basketball players. So after they opened the door for the Dream Team in 92 for the Barcelona Olympics, it ignited a whole generation of basketball everywhere, starting in Europe. And it spread through the world. Next thing you know, freaking little countries like Lithuania and they have viable leagues where former NBA players can go make a decent money, decent paycheck in some of these countries and actually play competitive professional ball.
I hear North Korea's hiring too.
Yeah, North Korea's always hiring, bro. But they normally don't just hire; they just kidnap you for your skills and bring you over there. I mean, some of the best chefs in North Korea.
I was about to mention. You heard about that sushi chef?
The sushi, it's just a kidnapped sushi chef. They're just like, hey, welcome to this symposium. This fucking black bag him and trank him and just freaking put him.
He had to cook for the Kims for like 15 years, something like that, before he escaped. Yeah.
Oh, he had a movie director and movie director. And his ex-wife.
Was it his ex-wife?
Yeah, it was his ex-wife. They were married at some point.
They were still partners.
But they were amicably divorced.
Right.
But they were kidnapped together.
Yeah.
So and they ended up in they ended up in North Korea. Well, they're free now.
They've
been free.
Then,
But they ended up in North Korea directing freaking Kim Jong-un's freaking bullshit movies for a while. Hell, the North Koreans, basically, fuck, was it Kim Jong-un?
Kim Jong-un.
Kim Jong-un, he fucking killed his brother. Assassinated his brother in Singapore.
He's the current guy, Kim Jong-un?
Yeah.
I get him confused sometimes. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he had his brother assassinated in Singapore.
Yeah, would used YouTubers
Yeah.
to freaking prank assassinate him. So, I mean...
And legit assassinated him.
They put goddamn...
some kind of powder in his face or something.
Yeah, it was VX.
Yeah, I remember it.
Like VX jail.
Something like that.
On a towel.
Kill the assassin.
Huh?
VX is like...
Well, it could have. And that's the point. They recruited these two girls that were YouTubers.
Yeah.
Famous for freaking doing makeup prank on unsuspecting passerbys. They recruited them with the promise of a big paycheck and a lot of likes and an improvement in their social media profile.
Right.
And groomed them to go up to this guy at the airport. And here comes freaking Kim Il Nam was his name. Kim Il Nam.
Sure.
So Kim Il, this is all off of memory, bro. So
This
is all off of memory because the story was just so wild.
Yeah.
So Kim Il Nam travels overseas, like Singapore or.
He was killed in Singapore.
Yeah. So he travels there on a pseudonym, but North Korean spies are already on the ground. They know the itinerary and everything. So they point these freaking YouTube pranksters over there, and they go up there with a towel full of freaking VX poison and just fuck. And apparently Kim Il Nam knew right away what had happened. He was like, oh, I've seen this play before, and ended up trying to get to a hospital as quick as he can using the authorities at the airport. He didn't make it outside the airport for his freaking drop dead.
Yeah.
But what exonerated those chicks was partly that they handled the substance. They were on camera, and they handled the substance so haphazard and blasé like that they were like, there's no way they
didn't know
knew.
It was deadly.
There's no way they knew.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it could have killed them too, and that would have been a win-win for everybody involved anyway. So,
well, I mean, rule number one of assassination.
Yeah, leave
kill
no
the
witnesses.
assassin.
Yeah, leave no witnesses. So yeah, but yes, it's a surprise. I think it's funny that that dude freaking lost his shit. Yeah, who's Bill Belichick? Who's Bill Belichick? Never heard of him.
No idea.
Yeah, that's an 8-time Super Bowl winning champion coach.
Yeah. Go ahead, name some like crazy historical sports figures that I know damn well I've never heard of.
You're a Roberto.
I'm just kidding. You don't have to name
Roberto
anybody.
Clemente.
No, no.
No.
Sounds like a drink or something.
It's not a drink. It is by far the best Puerto Rican baseball player, and possibly up there in the competition when it comes to all-time best baseball players that ever lived. Died in an airplane crash. Way too young. Played for the Pittsburgh Pirates. But yeah, there's a lot of
that's all sports.
I mean,
Never have.
I mean, so I follow sports as part of just staying on top of current events, like just to know what's around me and know what's going on in my local area, just for knowledge. So it helps me with conversation. It helps me network.
I get that.
You have no interest in
Sports.
conversation?
Well, that's not true. I do talk sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Come on, man.
I've never considered them relevant.
That's the funny thing about that's a curious thing for me, how your brain works, because your brain is constantly triaging between relevant information and irrelevant information. Whereas everybody
I don't
else,
need any more people analyzing my brain this week.
everybody else, now you're gonna get some today. Everybody else kind of like, irrelevant, but I'm gonna hold on to it because it's useless knowledge. I'm just gonna.
I've got plenty of useless knowledge. Just none of it has to do with sports.
So what is it with sports, bro?
I never fucking consider them relevant. They're just games.
Some people are really good at those games.
Well, great.
Hmm?
I don't care.
They deserve your admiration.
No, they don't. You can have everybody else's admiration and money. That's why they get paid so damn much, because they sell tickets. It's very entertaining. Yeah, I get it. I don't have to participate, though.
So you don't have a team?
Mm-mm.
You don't have a team that you cry for?
No.
Like,
Why? What? No.
no?
No.
You don't
Cry for.
Like, you don't say, like, when the draft goes, hey, look who we drafted. Like, you're part of the decision-making process?
No.
Me neither. Me neither. So I'm a lifelong Jets fan.
Why do they call it a draft? It's interesting.
Because they don't have a choice.
They certainly do have a fucking choice.
Yeah, they don't have a choice where they go.
They have a choice to go.
Yeah, here's $25 million for the next 5 years, or go back home.
Choice.
It's not much of a choice.
It's a difficult choice, but it's a choice.
It's one of the worst choices. You can either go back to Pennsylvania and freaking work concrete, or fucking go back to the steel mill, or fucking go ahead and fucking play left tackle for
It's a choice.
$25 million. Nah, it's not
choice.
much of a choice. Not socially.
It's a choice.
Nah.
There are people who have rejected it.
Very few.
Very few, I agree.
Very few.
But it has been rejected before.
There has been very few, but those people they weren't that far off from already being okay financially. Like you talk about Pat Tillman. Pat Tillman rejected his second contract.
Because he's the first one that came to mind.
Yeah, but he rejected his second contract.
Yeah.
He was already a player. He had already made millions.
Ah.
So yeah, it was commendable for him to reject his $11 million extension. But
he'd already accepted a several $1 million
He's already a millionaire.
contract. Yeah.
He was already a millionaire. So
I'm surprised with that he was able to enlist at all. I mean, doesn't the military have a limit?
I don't think so, man.
You got?
I don't think so.
There's like a discipline thing.
That seems like an old wives' tale I've been hearing for a really
That's
long
the thing.
time.
I heard that when I was enlisted. Like, if you win the lottery, the military kicks you out because they can't discipline you anymore.
And that's not entirely true either.
Right. Yeah.
And we knew that. We knew that's not entirely true.
Yeah.
So, but
at the end of the day, like, the military can only really mess with your time and your money. And if they can't mess with your money, they can only take so much time from you before it becomes like a waste and abuse charge, you know?
I mean, maybe, but you are definitely property of the U.S. government. They can shelf you. So, I mean,
No.
there's a lot of ways to fuck with a rich guy in uniform.
True.
So,
True.
and if that were the case, they wouldn't pay freaking generals that much. So,
They do pay quite a bit, too.
so it's one of those things, man. Like, it's not much of a choice socially. So, it's been. But some of those dudes, man, like they don't have a choice of where they go. They can play hardball, and like play hard to get, or freaking get freaking crazy with that kind of stuff. Like I think it was
Yes.
Eli Manning, probably Eli Manning.
It
So
doesn't
he wouldn't play for the San Diego Chargers or some shit like that. And,
Robert Manning.
And it's not Robert's Archie Manning, and he played for the
I just said a random
played
male
for the
name.
New
Manning.
Orleans Saints.
No idea.
I know sports, bro.
Don't have a clue.
Archie Manning played best player in the New Orleans Saints. Horrible franchise. Okay. Well,
Anything about him?
Yeah, you do.
Who?
The New Orleans Saints. You know plenty of them. You know
Do
plenty
I?
about them. Yeah.
I know it's a football team. That's it.
That's all you need to know. They're in New Orleans.
Are they, though?
Yeah, and
Are they?
they were in Louisiana, the Superdome, or whatever the hell that place is called.
Where their players live.
Depending on what part of the season. I mean,
Exactly.
that's a rough life, anyways.
What, living in New Orleans?
Not like
So
being,
here.
not like being a shitty football player.
What?
Like a shitty football player, like you're just barely good enough to make the team, but not good enough to keep.
You're still being paid like what, a couple $100,000?
Yeah, but you like move every season. Like
Nah.
they'll fucking trade you every fucking season. You can never buy a house. It's like
There's movies about that.
just gonna become a journeyman freaking kicker.
It's like baseball movies. I'm trying to think of who was in that damn movie.
Oh, that crappy ass movie with Kevin Costner, like The Rookie or whatever the
No.
fuck it was called.
No, it was Charlie
Well,
Sheen.
He figured out how to throw a fastball at age fucking 58.
What was that movie?
All of a sudden he's 42 and his arm grew.
It's a funny
He's like,
movie.
oh yeah, well, he was good. He's a rocket.
Major League. Yeah.
Major League. Oh yeah. We played Wild Thing. Fucking
Yeah.
Ricky Vaughn or whatever the hell his name was.
Yeah. I had Tom Berenger in it. I think Tom Berenger was like
Yeah,
a
Tom
washed out
Berenger
pro.
was the washed out pro. Wesley Snipes was in that one too.
Yeah, he was. Wait, was it Wesley Snipes or was
Yeah, he's the fast guy.
Because they replaced him in the next movie, didn't they?
I don't know.
Yeah, they did.
I don't know if they replaced him, but they. And there was that guy from the Nationwide commercials
Yeah.
that played.
That's the thing. I remember him more from what was that show called? He played a sergeant major.
6. No. He's a Delta Force dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Snake Doctor. That was
No,
his
he
call
was,
sign.
he was-
That
oh,
was
okay,
his
yeah,
call
Snake
sign.
Doctor.
Snake
yeah,
Doctor, which is hilarious
I don't remember
because
his name though.
he was a fucking voodoo dude in that other one.
Yeah. He was. Jobu was his.
Jobu, the little idol that he had
Yeah.
in his locker.
They looked like Albert Einstein for some damn reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes was replaced by Omar Epps.
Omar Epps, that's right. Yeah.
David Keith is that guy's name. The guy.
David Keith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that show called? Was it The Unit?
The Unit. Yeah.
Okay. No way I could tell you how accurate it was. Never Delta, never Special Ops. So it was an entertaining show though.
I mean, their research is a little.
I don't know. Can't even comment on it. I have no idea. Pretty sure a lot was off.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure they weren't told very much.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. I've cut grass around the Delta Force compound. It's all right. It makes me an expert.
I was there.
I was subject matter expert in everything now.
The summer of 02.
So I was on the other there. No shit. There I was
Cutting grass and I found 2 snipers.
pushing a mower on the other side of the street while 2 armed 60-year-olds fucking watched over me. No shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. While 2 fucking armed 60-year-olds make sure I didn't freaking take any pictures
Right.
or looked over there.
No photography allowed.
Like, fucking avert your eyes. I broke down in front of that place once.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, taking freaking we were taking shit to range down the street, and damn fucking Humvee just quit working.
Nice.
I was a private. I didn't know what the fuck to do with it.
You were on, you didn't have a TC with you? Just
No, I had shit. I had a helmet. so I'm just driving these freaking jerry cans. And I'm like,
great.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know, it's like the front gate to the compound is like right behind me. Like I
Yeah.
just passed it. I'm like, the fuck? Fucking, hey, fucking flip the switch. Nothing. Full tank of gas. I'm like,
That's a
I
Humvee.
was like, I have no idea. You know what they did?
Military grade.
Do you know what they did?
What?
They towed me to the end of the fucking block and left me there.
Get the hell away from the gate. Sons of bitches, man.
They towed me to the end of the block and left me there.
Bunch of bastards, man.
I said, thanks.
Yeah.
I didn't say
For
shit.
nothing.
Like, fuck you. You know?
Yeah. Get your bum ass Humvee the fuck away.
I mean, Technically, it is like I wasn't there but like 15 minutes after they dropped me off before somebody from my unit freaking saw me, like the chow run.
Right.
You know, it's just it was well traveled.
Still,
Still funny.
That's a dick move, man.
Just sitting there like, oh
yeah. You know, comms, no nothing.
no, I ain't had shit.
Yeah.
It's the fucking 90s.
Yeah, before cell phones and shit. So
It's the fucking 90s. Just me.
you're just gonna be sitting there.
Me, a bunch of jerry cans, some good intentions. You know, just fucking like, well, I shouldn't have volunteered. You know? So I was like, oh, fuck, I'll get the hell away from this damn platoon for a minute and go fill up these jerry cans. Fucking mistake. Goddamn truck broke now.
Yeah.
But yeah, them dudes, man. We used to do police call every year, and every now and then it would fall. You would have to police call on that side of post, and it was just kind of like they were fucking watching you like
Right.
like a hawk. You're just fucking picking up fucking cans and shit. Like, fuck.
Anybody could be the enemy. Anybody.
Like, calm down. We have no idea what's in there.
Even that 80-second piece of shit right there.
Yeah, we have no clue what's going on the other side of this thing. It's like, I think I wouldn't know what to do even if I did get in there.
That's the thing. There's a little part of our camp in Iraq, little sectioned off thing in Camp Habaniya that all the walls around it said no photography allowed. All no photography, no photography. Yeah, that was the most photographed. Everybody taking pictures of that shit. No photography allowed. Yeah,
it's like yeah, right.
We all knew who was in there, but
yeah,
they came out like once a day to eat chow, and that's it.
I mean that was what was. I guess what sucked about being in a camp like that in Afghanistan and in Iraq is that they seldom had their own PX. So you would have to leave the secure area to go to the PX.
Yeah.
And after a couple months, people kind of figure out that that's where you're coming and going from.
Right.
And it creates a little bit of a weird buzz, like people trying to find out what's on the other side of the cipher lock, you know, and just it's just kind of like, oh my god, there's nothing there. It's just secret, but
yeah,
there ain't shit.
It's not even interesting.
It's not interesting at all. It's like I'm doing paperwork here. It's not.
It's just classified paperwork.
It's just classified shit. Just a sipper and nipper and sipper. This is about it. It was on one of my jobs and I didn't do dick. I spent like a whole year overseas. I had a rifle, but it was so long between times of me touching it, like I would get scared that I had lost it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah. I haven't seen that fucking thing in a week. I'm like, fuck. What the fuck is that thing? Oh, it's like, oh yeah.
It's in a porta-john somewhere.
Yeah, it's like I did a tour like that was like a full year, like straight up fob it. Like I didn't fucking do dick. Just filing paperwork. And but shit was fucking classified, so fucking they were like, oh man, who's the guy in the Hawaiian shirts? He must be CIA.
Yeah.
Nah.
No, it's just some lump.
No, it's just a fucking useless twat.
It's just some dude, man.
Just wearing aviator glasses because I know you think what I am. I know you think that I am a CIA guy, so I'm gonna play it up. You can leave me the fuck alone. I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's just fucking crazy, man. You in fucking sports, bro.
We come full circle, then, haven't we? Yeah, I don't pay attention to sports.
I don't get it.
I don't care.
But I mean, you do like fucking MMA.
Yeah, I enjoy watching MMA from time to time, but I don't follow it. I don't know who the fighters are. I don't know their records. I have no idea who they fought previously, who they won against, who they lost against, what kind of styles they have, how tall they are, how much they weigh, what fucking... No idea. Not a clue. It's a gladiator sport. Yeah, it's enjoyable to watch. Watch two guys who are really, really, really in tune with how they fight and get into the ring and fight each other. That's enjoyable. But I don't know who the fuck is fighting. Not a clue. No idea who they are. No idea where they're from. Till they get on the mic and they have like an accent. Oh, okay, he's not American. Got it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh man. Well, I mean, big UFC's tomorrow. That's pretty neat. They've hyped it up pretty good.
Have they?
Yeah,
Not
I mean,
to
it's
me, because this first I'm hearing of it.
yeah. So, what do you track with regular frequency? Is there anything that you follow
That's a
like
good
intently,
question.
like something that you just like go out of your way and take a look at constantly, other than porn?
I don't even follow porn, and fuck you for saying that. But
Bro, you come on, bro.
I don't.
Fucking yeah. I'm not saying that you know the artist. I'm just saying that.
I don't.
Okay.
Fuck you. Now it's like any denial is a confirmation. Get fucked.
You see?
Fuck you. Dude.
You Why are you so defensive, bro?
That was just an easy jab you ass at. Like, I don't know what the hell you're doing. I've known you too damn long. Anything with like regularity. The only thing I fucking follow is shit that like nobody would give a fuck. It's the same thing. Like people care a lot about sports. People track sports. People follow sports. People bet on sports. I don't. But the things that I do follow, nobody else would care about either. What do I follow? Honestly, propaganda. That's what I follow.
Well, I do find that super interesting, though.
Like the way news twists,
Especially how
stuff.
exactly.
That's what I follow.
Exactly. Well, that's what brought this show about, anyways. In a way,
it's what gave us a little bit of content. It's what gave us I guess a base for content.
Yeah, I mean, it gave us a foothold
Yeah.
into a conversation because.
It's fascinating to me when you see like Associated Press. I was talking about earlier. Associated Press put out a. Damn it! I need to find it now because I don't want to misquote it.
The Texas Biden?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's what it was. Because
Yeah.
it was about that park in Eagle Pass.
Right.
So Associated Press is saying, it's like, the Texas National Guard, the Texas DPS troopers, people that are down in the border that work for the state of Texas, aren't allowing federal agents, Border Patrol agents, into a specific park in Eagle Pass. I think it's called Shelby Park.
Right.
Shelby Park in Eagle Pass. And that has nothing to do with what's going on. What's going on is 3 immigrants died in the Rio Grande River because of concertina wire that's set up as a border security device.
So augmented barrier.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, they drowned in the river because of these measures, and now Biden or whoever the hell is running the show, it's not Biden, but the administration has ordered Border Patrol agents and any federal agents on the border to remove those measures, those blocking measures from the border, and Texas, the people that work for Texas are not allowing them anywhere near them.
Right.
Those things are going to stay in place. So now Texas is defying an order from the Biden administration. And then there was that little short video that came out the other day. I think it was yesterday. Yesterday or the day before, one of the two. And now I can't find it anywhere on the internet. And anytime I look for anything about it, it's years and years old. So there's a video that came out that Biden had threatened military measures against Texas. And just to keep it short.
Oh yeah. That hot mic moment.
It was a hot mic moment. That,
Alleged.
It's an alleged hot mic moment. I don't give it much weight because I mean this is the age of AI, and it could be AI faked. It could be a lot of things. One thing, Biden is very seldom that coherent. Now the thing is, Biden could be faking his incoherency. That is a possibility, and it's a distinct possibility. If he wants to feign weakness. That's been done before.
Yeah, it's like
it is a tactic.
It is a tactic. It was most famously used by that gangster, that mobster.
Oh,
Vincent Chin Gigante.
Jesus, that's his name.
Yeah. So
say it again.
Vincent the Chin.
Oh, okay.
Gigante. So he pretended to be feeble-minded.
Okay.
And used to freaking make a complete act of himself, just shuffling around in a bathroom. Similar situation was portrayed by this actor on The Sopranos, who played freaking the head of the mob over there, and he walked around in a damn robe and pretended to talk to himself, and occasionally checked himself into treatment.
Mm-hmm.
And it was proven in court that he was competent to stand trial and whatever. It's just he fooled authorities and the FBI for a really long time, and it was crazy because all his mobsters they're in suits and ties, and they're dappered up, and he would show up with a newspaper in his hand, shuffling a bathrobe, talking to himself. He's actually giving orders and doing shit, doing gangster stuff, and shit worked, man. Kept the fuzz off of him for a while, but after a while it caught up to him. I haven't really dug into, like, I know it's just something I'm not current on because it's been a while since I've read that case, and he actually employed some pretty decent deceptive tactics. But Biden also said towards the beginning of his term that, if things wouldn't go his way, he's just gonna pretend to like to be an old man and just kind of and just fade away. He did call the bluff, but is he playing dumb as dog shit? Who the fuck knows, man?
Who knows? That's the thing.
Who the fuck knows? It could be.
He could be feigning weakness.
It is affirmative defense of prosecution in the long run. If you're incompetent to stand trial, you should have been incompetent to stand as a commander in chief of the U.S. United States of America.
That's the thing.
So, but it ain't nobody. You remember Donald Trump went down a ramp. He went down a ramp once with leather sole shoes. It was one of the metal ramps. So he slipped at the top, but so then he took it nice and easy the rest of the way. He didn't fall or nothing, but he recognized that it was slick on the top, and it was like, oh shit, I better pay attention to this. So he kind of took baby steps on the way down, and they immediately jumped on him for being a frail old man. mental competency. Yeah. So when you look at stuff like that, it's like you look at propaganda, and my fascination behind it is how good they follow the Goebbels playbook. Yeah, it's to a T. No, if you look into it, it's
and that's the thing. A lot of people don't look into how an enemy state would do propaganda. A lot of people don't look into it. Mm-mm. You don't read books that Goebbels wrote, because Goebbels was a high-ranking Nazi. Mm-hmm. He was second in charge of the Nazi regime before Hitler topped himself, and then Goebbels, right after Hitler killed himself, Goebbels killed himself, and he did it in a more disgusting way. He killed all of his children, and he and his wife committed suicide. Well, supposedly he killed his wife, then he killed himself because he wanted to go out just like Hitler did. But they killed their children. Yeah. They had 6 kids. They killed all of their children after Hitler killed himself. So, disgusting person, disgusting human being. But he wrote books. He wrote the book on how to control an entire population just with media. And it works.
Yeah, well, we're looking at it today.
Yeah, you see it all the time.
We're looking at it today.
Just a lot of people don't recognize it.
It's like that study that was developed a while back, where you have a group of people, and it's called werewolves and villagers. So you draw a card and keep it to yourself, basically, and the cards have 2 werewolves in them. It's either villagers or werewolves, but there's only 2 werewolves. Okay. And you go around a horn, and you keep it to yourself. Now, at some point during the game, you close your eyes, look away, whatever, avert your eyes and whatever, and the 2 werewolves get to pick from the group silently who dies. Then everybody opens their eyes, discovers that that person is dead, and then amongst all of you, because you're not a werewolf now, you're a villager now, because werewolves are, you come back to human.
Mm-hmm.
Now, between all of you guys, you try to figure out who the werewolf is. So the group now has to figure out who the werewolf is by killing the right person. So in the end, the werewolves win if they kill everybody but 2 villagers, and the villagers win if they kill the werewolves. What ends up happening occasionally is that the best informed minority always wins over an ill-informed majority.
Yeah.
So the majority ends up eating their own tail, and because you reveal who the werewolf is once you kill your friend.
Right.
So you're like, oh, he's got to be the werewolf, and you kill him, turn the car over as a villager. He's not a werewolf. So you just killed your friend.
Yeah.
And you end up freaking eating your own tail, and that's where they got us now. And that was a study done in the university. The game was developed by a college student that I forget where it came from, but if you do a little bit of research, I'm sure you'll find it. It won't take long. But but the people that control the information are
they control opinion.
They're going to control the narrative and how this game is going to be played.
Yeah.
So, and that's what we're living right now, where people in spite of overwhelming evidence to the contrary of what they believe, they choose to still go along with the popular narrative. Like, people are still saying that January 6th was an attack.
Yeah.
This is YouTube puts a banner as soon as they find out that any portion of your video is going to say January 6th. There'll be a banner under this video because I just said that. Yep. And it'll say from Wikipedia, the January 6th attack. There's over 40,000 hours of video testifying to the contrary.
Right.
It was not an attack. Was it a riot that disrupted an official proceeding? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But was it aided and abetted by the same law enforcement that's supposed to prosecute against this kind of stuff? Yeah. But there are reasons for all that, and there's and I'm not going to dig into January 16th because that's a huge rigmarole. It'll take hours to freaking chop through, and I just don't have the research in front of me to actually point out really, really good sourced information. But it's there's plenty of evidence that, I mean, it's out there. It's there. Over 40,000 hours of video.
Yeah.
Hell, some of that video evidence exonerated a lot of the people that were incarcerated and sentenced.
Yep.
I mean, this is facts. They've been exonerated. They're walking free today. They got imprisoned and on that false pretense, and they were released subsequently after the release of certain evidence.
News sources, those facts are buried.
There are people that still think that Kyle Rittenhouse fucking should be under a prison, even though there is clear video evidence of a man pointing a gun at them, at the kid, pointing a gun at him. There is, it was proven.
Clear self-defense.
Not only that, it was proven in court.
It should have never went to trial.
It should have never went to trial. It should have been no build, freaking grand jury, no build, freaking.
Yeah, I don't know how it got past grand jury. No. That's ridiculous. I don't know how the prosecutor. Well, maybe the prosecutor was trying to make a name for himself.
Of course they are.
But I mean, the prosecutor should have seen that. It's like, there ain't no way.
There is video evidence. There is video evidence of this man pointing a Glock right at his face. But there are people that, in spite of that evidence, you show it to them. Look.
Because the narrative was already put in their head.
Because the narrative.
And the thing is, what do people believe about the news? Do they believe what's true, or do they believe what they hear first? They believe what they hear first.
Well, they hear first. Usually, it's the first knee-jerk reaction to everything. I mean, it's sad, but it's. I mean, good.
People
portion,
believe what they hear first.
Good portion of the population is not that bright, man. Yeah. So
the same thing when you study voting statistics. Who do people typically vote for? Do they vote for somebody in their a party that they like? Do they vote for people with this kind of platform or that kind of platform? No, the number one
straight ticket.
No, the number one factor of who gets more votes is the most recognizable name. That's it.
Yeah,
that's the number one factor. If people know that name, because they won't know anything about the candidates. They don't know a thing. They've never looked into it. They didn't pay attention to anything during the campaigning. So they will see a name that they recognize or they've heard the most, and they're like, well, that guy. Or girl, whatever.
There it is.
It looks like it's pretty solid there now. What was it doing earlier?
It was just leaning. So then I'm chasing the microphone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you didn't see me? Like, I just get lower. Pretty soon I'm like, fuck, why am I bending so damn? Like, it just started to lean.
Huh, that's weird. Never done that before.
That's all right. It's been there for a while. These are
Sure enough.
some of the most expensive freaking mic stands out there.
Solid mic stands.
Yeah. But
keep that whole thing.
oh yeah,
Edit shit. Give us money so we can get better equipment. People need to see the truth.
People need to see the truth. Yeah, I mean, I guess this year is supposed to be like the year of revelations and stuff like that, like where people,
okay,
a lot of things are uncovered.
I think that's wishful thinking.
I think it's a bunch of fucking nonsense, gobbledygook bullshit, because it ain't gonna fucking matter.
That's the thing. I try to look at both sides of the news thing, and the left side of the news is all about what Biden's doing and the world news and shit like that. The right side of the news is all about, oh, this is coming to a head and this is doing this and look at these people doing that. None of it fucking matters. Like, they're never going to be held accountable. Whatever crimes they commit. I mean, Joe Biden's going to get away with everything he ever has gotten away with and everything he is doing now. Hunter Biden will get away with everything he's ever done. Jeffrey Epstein and his fucking client list they're never going to pay. Mm-hmm. They're never going to be brought to justice. They're never going to pay any fines. They're nothing. It doesn't matter. Go ahead and release all of that information. Every single bit of it. Nothing will happen. Mm-hmm. The Justice Department won't do shit. The State Department certainly won't do shit.
Nah.
Nobody's going to do a damn thing. The prosecutors in wherever is like that island, I don't even know what territory that island actually belongs to. Is it a U.S. territory? Is it a specific state territory? I have no idea. Prosecutors in New York, where Jeffrey Epstein was and probably held a bunch of those pedophile parties in his New York residence, and in Florida, those prosecutors aren't going to do dick. Mm-mm. Nothing. Why? Because they can't. Because whoever's paying them is telling them not to. And who's paying them ain't the people. Who's paying them is whoever's paying for their fucking campaign. Mm-hmm. That's it. It's never going to happen. These people are never going to be brought to justice.
Yeah, I mean...
And it's going to be accepted. Why? Because those same people also control what comes out of the media.
Well, that's where sports comes into play.
What the fuck? How are we back on sports?
It's the mob. Keep the mob busy. Keep them occupied.
Give them
keep
circuses.
Them entertained. Keep them entertained. Keep the games going.
Give them circuses and bread, and they will never revolt.
Give them games.
Who said that?
Give them games.
What, a Cicero?
Could have been. He was pretty shitty, but...
Cicero? No, he wasn't. I was way off.
Who was it?
I don't know. I can't even pronounce that name. The way it's spelled is juvenile.
It's like six knocks, lick, lack, look like the other one you asked me to spell.
It. Juvenile.
Juvenile?
Yeah.
Oh.
Juvenal.
The rapper?
No, that would be juvenile. Oh. Juvenile.
That's what. See, so you do know nonsense. Cam, what do you got up there? Like fucking 12 terabytes? What's going on up there? It's a lot. It's a lot of brain there.
It's not even up to a gig.
It's a lot of brain up there.
It's a big head, not a big brain.
It's mostly Capri Sun.
Yeah. Maybe 7 5/8. So I mean,
7 5/8.
It's a large capacity but empty space.
It's got room for expansion. Some expansion slots. Oh shit! Yeah, but I mean, it's crazy, man. Everybody's busy looking at this other stuff, and morons everywhere are crying about the Cowboys lost the other day, and in the meantime. Joe Biden freaking pushes another freaking billionaire dollar package to freaking Ukraine to keep pushing that freaking losing freaking effort. The UN starts planning planning and doing military exercises to prepare for their alleged imminent invasion of Eastern Europe.
Did you hear about Sweden?
What does Sweden do?
Sweden is, well, I don't think they've actually put out an official warning, but top-level military officials are saying, start preparing, start buying like radios and flashlights.
Yeah.
Prepare for war.
Yeah, so this came out of Germany. News came out of Germany, Poland, and everything, and it's been like, it's kind of like, okay, well, we're getting ready to get ran over here.
What about ran over?
It's not. I mean, it's not.
I don't think the Russians can actually do much more. I mean, the NATO powers are vastly superior to the Russians.
And that's the thing.
In tactics and equipment.
I don't discount an attempt.
Yeah.
A failing effort. I mean,
and nukes is just nonsense. I mean, come on.
It's kind of like, I got a fist fight once with this dude that clearly was going to lose this fight.
Okay.
We knew it. Everyone around us knew it. I didn't want to fight him because I knew that there ain't no way.
Right.
Dude, you don't have a snowball's chance in hell of freaking doing any damage. You're too small.
Your sportsmanship took over.
I'm trying to cool the jets.
There's a sport in this. I'm just gonna kill you.
So I started it. So let's just not. I started it and then I ended up kind of like, this is shitty. I need to fucking back. Well, I took him a little bit too far, and it was like no going back for him. Sad for him, because he ended up throwing the first punch, and it was fucking pointless. So I grabbed his arm and I fucking wrecked his world. I see the same thing happening with Russia. Like, there ain't no fucking chance. Unless they go nuclear, there ain't no way. That's and right. Even the nuclear, we have some serious questions about their freaking maintenance and management and maintenance of personnel and equipment, because
with the nuclear arsenal, I don't know if it'll matter that much. As long as they can still click off, they can still click off.
I mean, they can't do freaking PMCSs.
But I mean, you don't have to maintain an ICBM to use a nuclear weapon.
You need something to fire that thing up in the sky,
you don't
man.
Need to fire it at all.
I mean,
load it in the back of a box truck and drive it across a border.
Yeah, but that truck has no maintenance either. That's the thing. That's what I'm getting at. Like,
hijack Amazons.
These motherfuckers can't do.
They have Amazon vans everywhere.
Their shit's getting towed by fucking farmers everywhere.
Then use the farming vehicle.
It's what it's what I'm getting at.
You can put them on a front loader.
Like they're. If I was NATO, if I was NATO, I'd be more concerned about the status of the stability of their nuclear arsenal than their ability to actually utilize it at a moment's notice. That makes any sense?
Oh yeah. That's my argument too.
I think I'd be more concerned of a tragedy happening within the continental, between the borders of Russia inside the Russian nation, than them launching an ICBM up in the sky.
Well, that's the thing. Think about this kind of tactic. What if they were like line the border of Russia and Europe with nuclear weapons, and then attack Europe, get Europe to attack them, and start the fight, and then nuke the border and make it an irradiated zone? What a tactic! What a move! Yeah, now your ground forces can't cross into Russia.
Yeah, they lock themselves in too.
But they still have ports and seas on the north and the east.
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
I don't know.
They don't have to launch an ICBM to use a nuke. They can put it in anything and use it. They can bomb their own territory, which I'm pretty sure they would be willing to do because they have a fuckload of territory.
Well, they're crazy. So
and their tactics in the past have been pretty fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm. They're pretty silly, man. I don't know. I don't think...
the United States, when we were doing all our nuclear testing, where were we doing it? The South Pacific.
South Pacific.
Where was Russia doing it? Fucking Siberia. Their own territory.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we bombed the shit out of the continental United States, too. I mean, there's
We let off a lot of nukes.
Yeah, we let off quite
Nevada
a few
and
nukes.
Utah or some shit.
Yeah, wherever,
Yeah, wherever.
So Mennonites live or whatever. There's plenty of freaking tests that have been conducting on U.S. soil, but that's neither here or there. I'm just saying that I don't think their military's prepared for something like that. I don't think they. Number one, they're drafting freaking Joe Blow off the street to fill up their ranks.
Right.
I'm not so sure if this whole thing is part of the propaganda to keep everybody on edge and keep everybody on this constant state of being terrified, so they can actually take over executive powers and stuff like that to ensure our safety, and do things to ensure our safety, because everything is going to be for our well-being.
Well, of course.
We're doing this for you guys. We're going to do this for us. Let's, the Russians are coming. The Russians are coming. The Russians are probably over there like, what? Nuh-uh. So it's, they're a paper tiger, so is China. China's talking all that shit. That Chinese military is fucking trash. Yeah. We that fucking gone blow to blow armed combatants can tell you right now the fucking Chinese military is fucking garbage.
They can't hold a candle to the U.S.
Garbage.
I think it would probably be a fair fight with them going up against like the U.K. by itself. That would probably be a fair fight.
The only problem is that there are more Chinese infantrymen than we have bullets. But that ain't even gonna be a problem, man. I'm just saying, like, there is. So
that's the thing with the amount of force multipliers that we have nowadays.
Well, that's not the thing. Another thing is that people forget that militaries that come from oppressed nations have an incredible amount of difficulty maintaining cohesion with the central government. At some point, they get tested, and then they break, and they surrender. We've seen that in both Gulf Wars. We've seen that in other little conflicts all over. We've seen that in Panama. We've seen that in Grenada. We've seen that in freaking all over, where a communist force gets challenged, or an oppressed, where their central command is dictators, and they get pressed. They break, or they defect, or they hell, it happened not too long ago with the Russians. The Russians were freaking taking their clothes off at the border. So, I mean, it's if it happens in modern day Russia, it's gonna happen with Chinese military.
Right.
If you don't think a freaking battalion of conscripts that've been forced to freaking march upright with fucking needles in their collars and shit to fucking keep their heads up, if you don't think they're gonna freaking say fuck it, throw their shits, the moment they get freaking, they run into 101st Airborne freaking some goddamn forest and they get their freaking ass rammed. If I run right smack into the fucking 506, pow. Oh shit. No, it's real now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're freaking run into 3rd ACR in the freaking open battlefield and they get fucking rolled. Yeah, now come on, bro. At that point, ain't nothing saving them. You think they're gonna turn white? They're fucking everything that's white on top of their feet. They surrender. They don't have the unity of command and the individuality in the maneuver elements that the U.S. does. Everything they do has to be approved. Right. It's all Warsaw Pact tactics, and they have to go all the way back up to the freaking Politburo to freaking get approval. Everything needs approval it's super micromanaged. There is no independent thinking, very little, except for their special operations, and those are more hardliners. Like once you start getting into the paratroopers and their special operations, it's a little bit more.
The thing is, even with those special operations guys, like as hardline as they might be, those are also your more intelligent soldiers.
They speak English too, and they've probably been to the U.S. a couple of times.
They probably trained with U.S. forces.
They probably have friends.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing I'm getting at. It's like those are your more intelligent soldiers. And if they see the writing on the wall.
If you don't think that some Russian dude over there has got like 4 or 5 Delta Force guys on fucking their mutual friends on Facebook, you're fucking sadly mistaken. Yeah. I mean, it's come on, bro. Like it's this propaganda machine to keep everybody in terror and in a constant freaking state of alertness. And
that's the thing. Where did this quote come from? It's like wars are not meant to be won. Wars are meant to be continued.
Fought. They're meant to be fought forever.
Where's the quote?
I forget.
1984, George Orwell.
God damn it. Yeah.
Fighting Eurasia.
Yeah, they're meant to be fought. I mean,
fighting East Asia.
And it's
Oceania.
And it's all Oceania. Yeah, it's all part of the to keep the military industrial complex going, which is
makes a lot of money.
Makes a lot of money. War makes money. I mean, It's like somebody took the plot of fucking Warhammer 40K and just said, "Fuck it, we'll go with that."
The plot, like there's one plot.
There's always war.
That's true.
Yeah, in the 40th millennia, there's only war.
Yeah,
that's all there is.
Just like as much as you've told me about
the
Warhammer
plot.
40K.
That is the main plot. The main plot is that there is only war.
There's so many stories coming.
There's so many, but it's only war.
Gotcha.
It's all war.
Yeah, all of it's war.
You know, it's all war. So, I mean, you got Texas versus Biden, and that turned out to be a big nothing burger. I mean, they were playing like the news was kind of pitting it like they were gonna have this fucking 1776 moment,
right?
Open ranks, standing across each other,
and that was only the right-leaning news sources, and
yeah,
like
it's insane. That's not the case. This is being fought in the courts. And I'll be hard-pressed to find National Guard guy opening fire on freaking CPS dudes that they've been working alongside for like the last fucking month or so, because this is recent. So, but another thing is that I got to put into question whether, you know, these guys are actually, you know, you follow the orders that the officers appointed over you, you know, as far as Customs and Border Patrol is concerned. But you have an oath. You have an oath to maintain, man. I think it's above a lot of people's pay grade, but if you're cutting that border to let people in, you definitely don't have our best interest in mind, man.
Right.
A war is definitely coming. It's just not. It's probably not going to be as impactful as it's probably going to remain the same. A lot of proxy wars, a lot of bullshit.
That's the thing. The further we go along with this stuff, the less and less I think somebody's actually going to.
Because I had a theory.
Do anything about it.
I had a theory about the immigration issue. Because the immigration issue and the path to citizenship being shortened in the U.S. military, I was saying that Biden is a fucking genius. Because he was going to fill our ranks with immigrants with the draft and spare all of the actual Americans and send those guys to war, thus eliminating as many brown people as that racist wants to eliminate and preserving the nation all in one go, right? Using Mexicans and immigrants as cannon fodder. By drafting them, because fucking Ocasio-Cortez said that we don't have an immigration problem, we have an undocumented persons problem. Yeah. So the solution is to give everybody citizenships.
We also have a semantics problem.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So you're gonna give these people citizenship? That means they're eligible for the draft. Oh no.
Yeah.
They're gonna.
eligibility.
They're letting the next army in. Is what they're letting.
I don't know about eligibility for the draft either. I mean, what's the requirements to enlist in the U.S. military?
I'm speaking out of my ass, bro. I have no idea.
But I mean, the requirements to join the U.S. military is just a legal residency.
Right.
That's it. You don't need to be a citizen.
Yeah, but for the draft.
For the draft, I don't know, because
you got to be registered. You got to register with Selective Service.
Yeah.
So you do that once you become a citizen over the age of 16. 18. Right? 18. Sorry, over the age of 18. So. Yep.
And your male.
Yeah.
Wait, do females have to register Selective Service? No.
That was being debated, but it never got any traction.
Never got it? Okay.
No, of course not, because that's where equality stops, remember?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. We want equal pay. Okay, we're going to put you, we're going to make you eligible for the draft. Wait, no.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Not that fucking equal. God
not that equal. I was like, yeah. Yeah, now the building's on fire. You want to go first? Yeah, women and children. I see where you're coming from. Yeah, it's that was being debated for a while, man, and I think that somebody put the kibosh on that. But the Houthis are still freaking causing a fucking bunch of shit. So for those that aren't familiar, the Houthis are a faction of they're actually like a rebel faction of the Yemeni government. They've been inactive rebellion against the Yemeni government for a while, and now they're being used as proxy from Iran, being supplied weapons and equipment for.
Carved up their own little section of Yemen.
They carved up a little portion of it, yeah. So, so the Red Sea goes into into what's the name of that strait? Gulf of Aden. There we go. So
you also got the Suez Canal.
Yeah, but that's further north.
Yeah,
that's
the one south.
Yeah, the one south by the Gulf of Aden.
Yeah.
So the Houthis have a very good dominating position to overwatch the Gulf of Aden as ships go in between Saudi Arabia and Africa into the Red Sea. The shipping that goes through that counts to about 12% of all.
I've looked it up.
All shipping.
It's significant.
It's significant. It's like 12% of all world international shipping that goes through that little portion. And the Houthis started launching rockets and boarding ships in that area because in protest to the war in Israel and in support of Hamas and Hezbollah. So now they're targeting all shipping coming through there. And now I guess it's regardless of where they're headed. If they're headed towards Israel, whatever, it don't matter. They're targeting ships like crazy, especially if they're tied to any of the allied nations that are supporting Israel, the U.S., Israel, and other nations. They're being supplied by Iran, all their equipment. They've been flying these kamikaze drones that are like cruise missiles and a lot of ordnance. And they've been hitting U.S. ships. They've been hitting freaking all kinds of container ships. They've had moderate success, but their biggest success is in the threat. So the threat has caused a lot of major shipping companies to divert their shipments around the whole of Africa to come back to Europe, which used to not be a thing.
Yeah.
So,
well, it used to be the thing until the Suez Canal was built.
Well, yes, that yeah. So it also
but it adds a lot of time.
So the Suez Canal is ran by Egypt, and it's ran by Egypt.
British.
Maybe a little bit, but all I know is that the ships. Well, the money that Egypt makes close to $12 billion a year.
Yeah.
Just through taxing for the passage of the Suez Canal, it accounts for about I think it was close to 25% of their GDP.
I wouldn't doubt it.
And now that ships are not using the Suez Canal, it becomes problematic. Now, the international coalition sent a bunch of ships out there to kind of mitigate that a little bit, but there's ships that are from smaller companies that can't afford to take that risk because if they lose the ship, they're done. You know, so a lot of people don't understand it. Some of these goods that are being transported also have a shelf life and expiration date, and they have timelines they have to meet in order for those contracts to be honored. So.
A shipment of cocaine's got to be there on time.
Oh yeah, right. So can't leave that shit near salt water that long. That shit goes bad. But it's crazy, man. So it's affecting not just the shipping companies, but it's also affecting some nations, you know. And it's actually risen the price of crude. It's risen the price of everything. So the U.S. has been launching strikes into Yemen, specifically targeting the Houthis and all their shenanigans. So during this stuff, Somali dhow, which is a medium-sized skiff, just slightly larger than a fishing boat. It's usually about 25 feet long, usually 25 to 30 feet long. And it was coming from the Gulf of Aden into Yemen, and it was intercepted by Navy SEALs. I guess they were carrying a bunch of guidance equipment and freaking warheads and stuff from Iran to help build these rockets that have been slamming into freaking ships. And during the process of that, Navy SEALs threw a cable ladder up the side of that stuff, up on the side of that dowel, and Navy SEAL apparently lost his footing, whatever, went into the water. As their SOP goes, you don't swim alone. So second operator jumped in after him, and they've since been lost at sea. We've kind of debated that a little bit, like.
Yes. Well, it sounds ridiculous to me.
Sounds pretty bonkers to me. Like how
the hell you lose 2 Navy SEALs at sea?
How do you? Like it's bananas to me. Like,
I mean, even if you want to like be cold about it, those guys are high dollar assets.
Anything's gonna happen.
Yeah, a bunch of things could have happened, but I mean, I don't understand how. They're just like missing, lost at sea. So that doesn't make any sense. Did they drown? Because you'd have known by now if they drowned. Did they get picked up by enemies? Because you'd have known that too. So what's not coming out? This just doesn't make sense. That was what I was saying earlier. Like even in Iraq, we had strobes. You tell me you can't see these cats on the water?
I don't know. It's kind of like what I was telling you. Like, so. My thing is, depending on what platform was utilized to attack this.
Right. I say we don't have enough information, but
did they come off of rib? Did they come off of a swift boat? What was the platform that launched them into the Dow to board that ship? Because I don't know. It's difficult to throw a rope ladder. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I have limited information. This is not a tactic that I employed during my time in the military. Boarding ships was not my thing. So there are other guys on YouTube that are far better versed at speaking on that. But there's definitely, from a tactical sense, there's a lot of unknowns. I know that the maritime kit is different from your ground-based operations. I know a lot of that stuff, quick release, so you can actually ditch the gear and actually swim. Some of that stuff has flotation capabilities. There's a lot of things that I know that from doing water jumps and stuff like that. So, there's a lot of flotation stuff involved. For weapons and equipment and whatnot, but I don't know. There's if they launched from their own vessel into that Dow, was there nobody at the boat? What while these guys do this, let's do this other stuff and get these guys out of the drink.
I think we could speculate on this all day.
I don't know. There's a lot of unanswered questions, but point is that these guys are missing.
Yeah.
And so out of straight out of CENTCOM, their publish is basically, on the 11th of January, while conducting a flat verification, U.S. CENTCOM Navy forces conducted a nighttime seizure of a Dow, conducting illegal transport of advanced lethal aid from Iran to support Houthi forces in Yemen. As part of the Houthis' ongoing campaign against international merchant shipping. U.S. Navy SEALs operating from the USS Lewis P. Puller, supported by helicopters and unmanned aerial vehicles, executed a complex boarding of the Dow near the coast. So they came in by helo. So. And near international waters of the Arabian Sea, seizing an Iranian-made ballistic missile and cruise missile components, seized items include propulsion, guidance, and warheads, Houthi medium-range ballistic missiles, anti-ship cruise missiles, as well as air defense-associated components. And the report continues, but But the seizure was successful, and then of course the Dow was deemed unsafe for to keep afloat, and it sank it. And they took a bunch of people hostage. They took a bunch of prisoners, and the Dow was deemed unsafe and sunk by U.S. Navy forces. Disposition of the 14 Dow members is being determined in accordance with international law. So, so the crew members probably transported out of there. But there's a lot of unknowns. Yeah. And that's fine. It's classified.
It's going to be. I mean, it's a Navy SEAL operation.
Navy SEAL operation. We're not going to know a whole lot. Eventually, somebody will say something.
Yeah.
But let's keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully these guys turn up somewhere alive.
Yeah.
Preferably. The waters off of that coast are usually warm. Problem with that is a lot of sharks, right. But I mean...
Well, sharks don't naturally attack humans.
But if anything can kill a shark, probably be a Navy SEAL, right?
Definitely be bragging rights, for sure.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
Come on.
Wash up ashore wearing that shark's mouth as a head.
Let me put it this way. If a Navy SEAL told me he killed a shark, I wouldn't fucking bat an eye. I said, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't even call bullshit on that. I'd be like, true.
Probably, yeah.
Probably true. You know,
I'll take your word on it.
It's like, probably true. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, they're badass freaking bunch of dudes, man. Yeah. So I don't know. I hope they turn up all right. You know, but they're definitely, with every hour that passes, it's definitely not a good thing.
Yeah.
But and of course, we had our Freeze-mageddon, which ended up being a
2-day thing.
Big nothing burger.
Some frost on the ground, that's about it. Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Not in Chicago, though.
I don't care about Chicago.
Well, neither does Tesla. Bunch of frozen robots, that guy said on the news.
People all over Texas had problems with their vehicles starting in the freezing cold because the batteries, they sap out in the cold. So everybody jumpstart their vehicles and everything. Get them going. And you got a vehicle that is a rolling battery.
Yeah, you're climbing inside of your laptop and driving it around.
That's the thing I heard about this. Is like that can't be a new thing. Like, what are you saying? Your Tesla's been around for a while. I mean,
well, apparently there's like a button.
Are these Teslas or just EVs?
No, it's the major news. So I'm sure this happened across the board.
Right.
So we go back to the propaganda thing. So
yeah,
Tesla's not the only car manufacturer that manufactures EVs.
Okay.
EVs are manufactured by every car manufacturer that's out there.
Toyota, Ford, Chevy.
If you got a freaking if you manufacture cars and you're a publicly traded company, you manufacture EVs.
Right.
So they're not the only ones that are going through this stuff. But Tesla's by far the most recognizable brand, and it's also ran by a conservative. So the media,
pioneering brand.
The media is gonna jump on Elon Musk's back to make sure that they take down this guy. So they're going to publish. But you don't mean to tell me that ain't a freaking Mustang freaking EV out there?
Have you seen one of those?
Yes.
They're disgusting.
They're trash. So
why would you... Who approved that design?
Ford.
No, I want to know the name.
Biden.
Give me a name. That's not the
Ocasio-Cortez.
Shut up.
She's a fucking idiot.
It looks like an SUV.
It's ass.
Well,
it's not a Mustang.
No, not even close. What?
Yeah. It just let's emasculate everything. Yeah. It's like Cartman said freaking on that South Park episode.
Put a chick in it, make her gay.
Add a chick in it, make it queer. Yeah.
And I know you're going to clip that and put it in there too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You've got to now.
Add a chick in it, make it queer. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's come on, bro. So you mean tell me they ain't a freaking a damn Nissan Bolt out there or whatever?
Right.
Just some dude sitting there twiddling his thumbs.
Right.
Well, like 0 bars on his battery. Like, oh man, looks like bum 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 bum. All right, he ain't the only one. He ain't the only one. But there's a mega charging center in Chicago, like one of those freaking, like a mega parking lot with all these freaking tombstones for these freaking cars,
Right.
and that's what it looks like. It looks like a fucking graveyard, and people couldn't charge their cars. So, because not only the charging stations weren't freaking working properly, but the vehicles weren't accepting the charge. Apparently, Tesla, and then all these people start calling Tesla, like, "What's happening with my car?" I was like, "Oh, you fucking stuck, bro."
Right.
You know? So apparently, there's like a button in the Tesla that you can press, and I guess it primes the battery for cold winter charging and stuff like that. Like, there's a feature that people aren't utilizing. So part of it is cold weather. And you're driving a fucking electric car,
Yep.
like ultra cold weather.
Yeah.
You driving an electric car, and your dumb brain then made you buy an electric car where ultra cold weather temperatures exists. So it's a combination of stupid Chicagoans and the equipment that they decided to utilize. So I mean, you can't fix that.
Yeah.
Because you can't fix stupid. I mean. You can talk to it all day. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't fix stupid, man. So.
It's that smooth brain mentality.
Yeah, you live like.
Ideas and thoughts just slide right off.
Like you I mean, I'm telling you, it's just. I mean, you're in a place that it's known.
Yeah.
For its horrible winters. Hell, if half these freaking Nimrods were sports fans, they'd know.
Yeah.
The Chicago Bears is freaking known for, if there's anything that anybody knows, is that fucking Chicago Bears were known for, cold weather football team, Minnesota Vikings, that's it. You're in the freaking north of the United States. Yeah, you're near Canada, by the Great Lakes, as a matter of fact. Yeah, you're gonna eat some shit in the winter.
Yeah.
It's bad. So why in the fuck would you buy a fucking laptop with wheels? And pretend that's gonna fucking keep it warm.
Helps the environment.
Yeah, because climate change and fucking cow farts or whatever other that big-titted idiot over there is talking about.
That's right.
Come on,
don't
bro.
ask what's powering those charging stations in that parking lot.
Yeah, fucking big-ass coal plant freaking just down the street. Freaking throwing freaking... I mean, hell, even Barbara Streisand was talking shit about freaking climate change policies on Twitter and whatever. That shit drove me nuts. I said, bitch got a car collection, flies private.
She's not dead?
No.
Oh.
No, she's still around.
Why did I think she was dead?
No. Unless people are tweeting on her behalf of her dead corpse.
Pretty sure that wouldn't be the first time.
I mean, that's what happens to Biden. He don't tweet. Jean Pierre does that for him.
Yep. She got caught doing it.
Got caught doing it.
Oh, that's who Barbara Streisand is. Okay. I had to look her up. I don't remember. So.
That's all right. Not important. She's not going to change the world. Her time passed. I told her on Twitter she needs to sit this one out. She don't know what the fuck she's talking about. Bitch drives a fucking goddamn V12 Ferrari. You gonna fucking talk about the goddamn environment? You gonna fucking really? You got fucking 800 horsepower fucking gas operated freaking monster of a vehicle? You wanna talk shit about the environment? You fucking scumbag. You haven't fucking sat coach on an airplane in fucking 40 years. You don't fucking talk shit about the environment, about who cares about the environment. You don't care about the environment, you fuck. You have 5 fucking properties all over the continental United States.
But she has a platform where she can influence 10,000
I was like, the fucking environment. I said, you fucking scumbag. Your fucking power bill alone is more than the next 10 fucking middle class citizens combined.
But she pays extra fees every year to offset her
the carbon
footprint.
footprints.
She pays these fees to some dickhead in Nigeria.
Yeah. Is massing that money. And now he's fucking...
Now I can fix the environment with this carbon footprint money.
This carbon offsets.
Yeah.
You fucking dumbass. Yeah, I fucking hate that, man. If you're going to be about it, fucking be about it. Like, if some fucking Amish dude were to say, stop using freaking fuel. I mean, like, hey, bro, dude's living the life. You know what I mean? Motherfucker he ain't seen the internet ever. So yeah, he living the life. But come on, bro. What I do hear that's kind of changing. Like they use Apple Pay at their fucking stores. Go to Amish country to buy fucking butter.
Oh my god.
Fucking got Apple Pay.
Yeah.
Fucking Samsung fucking Pay.
You're against technology until it comes to paying bills, huh?
Yeah. It's like wait.
Yeah.
Wait a bit. Stand by on this technology shit. Let's go ahead and fire the old comparator.
That's always been the way, though. I mean, people are against things until they're inconvenienced by not having them.
Yeah. So then, so all those fucking Teslas froze, and everybody started making fun of them, pointing and laughing at them. And in the meantime, freaking Trump wins Iowa in his little tour.
He essentially just won the Republican
He basically won the Republican nomination. Everybody else dropped off. Yeah. He just got a big endorsement there by Vivek Ramaswamy, who's basically Trump 2.0.
Well,
I
still don't trust the dude. I said it last time. I don't trust him.
There's something. There's something there, man.
So I don't know if he's trying to be an insider or he's being genuine about what he's saying. I don't trust him.
There's something there, man.
Thing is, it's like an expensive Lego set, you know. I'm probably making a bad analogy, but like somebody you get cheap Lego sets and you got shitty politicians, right? That's what I'm equating it to. So you get a cheap Lego set over here, and that's how you get I don't know, some no-name politician from fucking Nebraska or some shit. Mm-hmm. And then you got the expensive Lego sets, and that's where you get fucking somebody like Vivek Ramaswamy. Mm-hmm. But he didn't fucking start out with the cheap Lego set and build his way up to the expensive one. He just fucking said, give me the expensive one. And I think what he did, he bought a team of political analysts and political planners and stuff like that, and that's how he got where he is. And that's how he's been able to do these speeches and able to say little buzzwords, keywords, and phrases and everything that have really endeared people to him and made people think that hey, this guy's probably a conservative candidate, when I don't think so. I don't think he's a conservative candidate. I think he's either somewhere pretty far left of center, or he is I think he's too good too soon. He has zero experience. I mean, politics and talking like that has nothing to do with what he has done with the rest of his life before this. Mm-hmm. There's nothing leading up to this moment, you know? Everything has been something else. But he is really good at talking the political game.
It's all history. It's I think a better analogy would be a person that's never boxed amateur just declares as a pro. That'd probably be a better analogy. As a professional boxer.
Right. And competes.
And he hasn't been punched yet.
Yeah, he is a contender.
No, he is a contender right now. Talking, doing the pressers.
Right.
Nobody's seen him in the ring.
Yeah.
Nobody has seen him in the ring. Nobody's seen him throw a punch. Nobody's seen him.
And that's the thing. There's no amateur record.
There's no amateur record to speak of. There's nothing.
No youth record. No golden gloves.
Nothing. No golden gloves. Nothing. Just a guy that declared pro.
Right.
Which technically you shouldn't be able to do. Speaking in boxing terms, that's the commission, but that's whatever. But let's say that doesn't exist. I'm a pro boxer, just out of the blue. It don't make any sense.
And getting press over it.
And getting press over it, yeah.
Because I could say I'm a pro boxer. Nobody's going to take me seriously. Nobody's going to talk to me about my next fight.
Right.
But he's getting press.
Yeah. No, he bought all the publicity.
Yeah.
Granted, he is a self-made millionaire. Worked for Big Pharma for a long time. Made some, I don't know what medicines he made, but I think it was some with diabetes or some other shit. But I mean,
so I looked up his history. The dude's been making over $1 million a year since he was 21 years old.
Right.
That's either a prodigy or a hookup. This world, that's a hookup. He had a connection. He had somebody that got him into that kind of money that quick. He's been making over $1 million a year since he was 21. He didn't own his own business until he was like 29 or 30. Somebody hooked him up.
There's something there.
I know I'm right. I can look that shit up. I can show anybody the evidence.
There's something. For me, it's kind of like his. Because they're seriously considering him as a number 2 to Trump.
Okay.
To be a vice president, and I got.
He brings the popularity.
I mean, I got some concerns with it because of what you're saying.
Yeah.
My thing is, what his policies and the things that he says are not predicated on what the opposition is going to throw at him. Like a boxer that's never been recorded boxing does a press conference and says, I'm going to knock the fucking piss out of that guy. I'm going to jab him right in the face, and I'm going to go ahead and go around him and freaking hook him right in the freaking gut.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take him out. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to dance around him. And I'm going to... Okay, you're just talking.
Yeah. It's word salad.
But...
There's nothing to back it up. Yeah.
Like, he's... Like, one of the big ones that kind of jumped at me was... one of his points on one of his stances on voting from in the future, like how he would reform voting, and it gets to the point where he talks almost like it's right out of Starship Troopers. Like what he said was almost citizenship. Like service guarantee citizenship is almost what he said.
People are starting to tout that now.
So that's what he was touting. Like you got to like civil service will give you the right to vote, like that kind of shit. I cut the clip and I got it on my desktop.
I got you.
And I forgot to crop it to let you get a read on it. 'Cause we were busy. You were at work. I was at work.
Right.
So it's kind of like a completely.
Attached to this video, I mean.
Right, yeah. But I'll attach that little clip to this. But it was almost like Starship Troopers, like I'm like, what the fuck did this guy just say?
So,
did he say citizenship, like service guarantee citizenship? Is that what he said?
That's the thing. Like people are touting that little line. It's like, the thing is, it comes from Starship Troopers. Let me give you a little meaning about that.
Please,
so
for our viewers,
when you talk about service guaranteeing citizenship, you are now making the people beholden to the government for their rights. So now instead of people being born with inalienable rights, which is outlined in our Constitution, they now have to earn them by serving the state, which is a completely different type of government. So
you could change the name of this state to Motherland.
Or Fatherland, because that's what it was originally called. So Robert A. Heinlein, which I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, probably not. That's the author of Starship Troopers. This man grew up in Holland during the Nazi occupation. He is writing that book about Nazis. That's what Starship Troopers is about. It's about a hyper-militaristic government, where the military is the government. It's not a good thing. That's not what you want to do. You don't want to make the people earn their citizenship by being beholden to the state. It's just not that it doesn't come out with anything good. when people have inalienable rights guaranteed by
the creator.
That's
you know the thing. you know the thing.
It's
dude.
But it's such a it's a headache-inducing thing.
Bro, he said some shit like that, like it made me almost throw my hands up. Dude, I was like, what the fuck did he just say? Like, I was like, what the fuck? And I was looking around, I was by myself, it was like in the middle of the night. I'm like looking around, I said, yo, motherfuckers.
I got a fucking witness.
I said, yo, motherfuckers, hear this shit? So I fucking ripped it, and I'm like, oh, here's the fucking clip, I got it. And I'm like, god damn, this is crazy. I was like, he said that shit. And I'm like, that's fucking weird. Another thing he said is that he would tell Russia that they need to pull their troops out of this and do this, or we will do this, or we will do that. And I'm like,
and
okay.
Putin's just going to tell you to get fucked.
Exactly. You're not
Putin's not a weak leader.
I was like, I was like, this is all fine and well, but what are you gonna do when that guy tells you to fucking suck a bag of dicks?
Right. That's the thing. Putin's not weak. He's also not stupid.
Well, it's insane to me.
But they're talking to people, and I get why they're saying it, because they're talking to a crowd. They're talking to a common denominator. They are talking to people who do not care and do not care to know. They don't give a shit. They don't know anything about Putin. They just see Putin as the bad guy on TV, and that's it. They don't see his track record, where he came from. They don't look at any of that shit. They don't give a damn.
I'm telling you, man, it's just there's something about that dude, but I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on it. But that was probably like the last thing that I could. Oh, and of course, you know, the Donald Trump freaking trials and tribulations.
The 93 indictments or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have any more to get into. And we went over the Texas stuff was the big thing that I wanted to talk about. It's nuts, and it's getting nuttier every time we do one of these shows. Every time we get together for this, it's like it's just getting worse.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Because so real quick, District Attorney from Fulton County, Fannie Willis.
Yeah.
In a whole heap of trouble. So real quick here before we show off. Basically, long and short of it, Fannie Willis hired this prosecutor. She's a district attorney. She hired a prosecutor that's kind of like next to zero experience, prosecuting RICO cases. She secured hundreds of thousands of dollars of taxpayer money and federal funds to pay this dude, Nathan Wade, who's the actual prosecutor, for his services on this particular witch hunt. Turns out that those two are fucking.
Mm-hmm. She hired her.
So she hired her. She hired her side piece, and he's married. He just filed for divorce after he got like a lot of money. Filed for divorce, a piece of shit. Both of them are. So freaking Fannie Willis. After she paid this dude, so these are the guys that are going after Donald Trump for racketeering and freaking organized crime stuff and whatever. They got a bunch of freaking charges freaking levied against them, and so then Fannie pays this dude, and then this dude in turn rewards her by taking her out on dates, expensive ass lavish dates and trips and vacations. With the money that she paid him to prosecute the case. So, I mean, they just got sent for by Congress. So I don't know how that's gonna go. Again, what they need, they deserve no less than a bullet in the back of the head. This is crazy. I mean, these corrupt freaking bastards. This is insane. So
essentially, she gets her fuck buddy a job. Fuck buddy takes her out to eat and spoils her.
Oh yeah, like takes her out to eat like in France.
No,
you know what I mean? Like it's not like she took her to freaking like freaking Petty's barbecue or in Killeen and just bought her some bomb ass barbecue. You know? No, that's not what they did. No. Like took her to like some badass places. You know, they went on vacations, bro.
Right.
So. The leap, as it says here, this is by the Washington Post, by the way, which is leftist. Even the Democrats are pissed about this. Like this made nobody happy. So the freaking liberals are losing their shit over this stuff because this ain't how you win. This ain't how you throw Trump behind bars.
Yeah,
this is not how you do it. So you're going to come at the king, you got to come correct. You know what I mean? And this ain't how you do it. If you're going to do this kind of corruption, just wait till after the whole thing's over, then go on your vacation. Nobody's going to question it then. It's going to be way harder to prove anyhow. You know, but good grief, man. The trial ain't even started. Do you guys don't think that people got private eyes and people looking into y'all?
Yeah.
You guys shaking the hornet's nest. They think that nobody's watching them.
Well,
that's how naive and stupid these people are. You can't, like I said, you can't teach stupid, man. You can't teach fucking stupid. You can't fix it.
I think you can't really go for like the political spectrum. I mean, because you see that on both sides of the fence.
Of course.
But people in that high up of a position, the state level positions and stuff, there's always that mentality.
Bro, the things you got to keep your nose clean. You do some bullshit like that, you got to fuck it.
Those laws are not for them.
Yeah, so they think.
Those are for you.
No, but so they think.
Just to help you behave.
Yeah, but these people are expendable. Fannie Willis is expendable because she hasn't made it there.
Right.
This going through with this case and actually being successful in damaging Donald Trump is what props her up to that above the law status. But by committing bullshit like this, she turns into a liability before she's above reproach.
Right.
These people are expendable. They're batting above their league is what I'm saying. Like they think they're up here when they're actually the useful idiots. You know, you gotta keep your nose clean here. If you're gonna be corrupt, you gotta do it right here. Keep your nose clean, no skeletons. Go through your thing, do your damage, earn your fucking rural, move up.
Right.
And then once you're up there, now you're above all the nonsense. But Fannie Willis, she gonna burn for this.
Oh yeah.
She brings nothing to the table now.
Direct nepotism, corruption.
She brings nothing to the table. Whoever was benefiting off of this case, whoever in the big scheme of things that was benefiting off of this nonsense, no longer has a gains a benefit from keeping this lady around.
Right.
So. The lead prosecutor of the election interference against President Donald Trump paid for at least 2 airline trips with embattled Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis. While investigation was underway, according to bank statements filed in the divorce case. Bank statements may corroborate an accusation leveled against Willis and prosecutor Nathan Wade by one of Trump's co-defendants. They have been engaged in an improper personal relationship, and the statements were part of filing lawyers for Wade's estranged wife, Jocelyn Mayfield Wade, in an effort to compel Willis to testify in a divorce proceeding, which the district attorney sought to avoid in a separate filing on Thursday. Nathan Wade purchased tickets for himself and Willis on 2 occasions, according to statements. A trip to Miami purchased in October, and a second trip to San Francisco with American Airlines. Former Trump campaign aide Mike Roman, who was charged alongside Trump in the Georgia case, has argued that Willis improperly benefited from hiring Wade as a special prosecutor by giving free travel from him. Wade, who is his attorney in private practice, has earned more than $650,000 from Willis's office for his work. In addition to seeking to disqualify Willis and Wade, Roman also seeks to have the entire case dismissed in this filing. So, yeah, this whole thing is we knew it was shit to begin with, and now it's like the players in the middle of it are freaking way dirtier than. I mean, that's to be expected. These are all friends of Stacey Abrams and that other freaking scumbags, you know.
So 1 is Atlanta. 2.
Right.
There's politicians you're talking about.
Yeah, or wannabe politicians, which is way worse.
Right.
Just way worse. So I'm like, oh, that's insane. So I don't know, man. This shit's this ain't good, but whatever.
Yeah.
It's fucking status quo. So, like I said before, like and subscribe. Don't forget, do your own research on this stuff. Yeah. Take a look at some of these articles and some of this stuff that's out there. keep your head above the sand. It's no, it's hard to do. Everybody's working, everybody's busy, and it's hard to keep up with some of the stuff.
Yeah.
But while
things to do, I've had trouble keeping up with a lot of it.
yeah,
I work.
but while a lot of things are happening and the mob is doing things and you know, everybody's celebrating something or whatever, or the government's scheming on something, and there's always something important to take a look at. I mean, a lot of legislation is being passed right now. You can always take a look at what's being passed, you know, on the government websites. Take a look at your local elections are starting to ramp up. So go around, take a look. Make sure you make the right decision for your county and your towns, wherever the hell you live. Pay attention to these people.
Try to as best you can.
Try to as best as you can. That's the only thing we can ask for, because these slime balls are freaking trying to destroy everything they can, and I don't understand. But it looks like people are starting to kind of figure it out. I mean, somewhat.
I have no hope.
Yeah.
I have no hope.
I can't blame you.
I don't think. I mean, I'm confident that people are just going about their normal lives like everything's fine. Don't care to know. Don't care to pay attention. This is the same way they don't pay attention to politics and news in general. Is the same way I don't pay attention to sports. To them, it's irrelevant.
That camera actually moved like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, as I'm leaning here, like half my face has been cut off this whole time I've been talking. There you go.
All right. Say everything you just said since we hit the record button.
I'll do my best on the edits, but whatever. Don't fucking buy an EV. Don't be a douchebag. Don't buy an EV. Freaking.
Check the damn camera angles when you fucking.
Fucking just it's your fault.
That wasn't my fault. The screen's not facing me. Look at the damn screen.
Fucking blaming somebody.
You're blaming me for that shit.
I just did.
No. I'll kick that goddamn camera over.
I'll fucking kick you. Now! Fuck you, dickhead. Just stop. No! Fucking bastard. Alright. Well, I'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Got some guests that are trying to summon the courage. I don't know. I don't care. Whatever. Show up, don't show up. I don't give a shit. We'll continue to do our thing. But y'all have a good week. Pay attention to stuff. Do your research. Don't forget, freaking like and subscribe. And see you guys whenever.